In the world of Exoborne, which is kind of like a parallel alternate timeline deal we've set up, it's in the near future. Mankind is facing a looming climate disaster.
When the climate disaster became really bad, humanity rallied behind a project called Rebirth. So the ambition with Rebirth was to save humanity, to try to stop the climate disaster from happening.
And we try to execute on that plan, and something goes terribly wrong, resulting in an even worse disaster than we originally tried to avert. And in this disaster, the players kind of get caught up in initially a bit of a mysterious conflict, which you get to explore in the game, and you get to figure out exactly what's going on behind the scenes. But essentially, you are a rebel trying to save mankind, and things get progressively worse. Kind of like a firefight in a tornado. It gets worse and worse, not better and better. Exoborne is a tactical open world extraction shooter. Set in a very dynamic world with forces of nature that constantly affect the way you play the game.
You might be looking to grab some loot in a certain area, but oh no, suddenly there's a massive tornado ripping through there and you're getting ambushed at the same time. So it's that change, that dynamic change, that we think is really exciting and fresh. So when players go in, session to session, minute to minute, and even second to second, they're having to constantly change their decision making. What do I do? How do I go after my objectives? What do I want to do now?
In Exoborne, you are what you carry. So if you want to do a lot of damage, you need a big gun. If you want that gun to behave in a different way, you need attachments, you need to modify that gun. And it's the same way for the Exorig. If you want that Exorig to have different abilities, you need to find or buy different abilities and equip it. However, if you die, you lose it all, which means that it's very high stakes when you're out in a session, and you need to extract to be able to keep everything you have collected to the next session.
I think people who've already sampled extraction shooters and enjoy them, there's going to be lots for them to enjoy and get in on. People who've played PvP shooters of different ilks, the more traditional ones, they're also going to have an exciting time within the world.
We've had a mantra since many years back, since previous employments, which is always playable. Basically get the game up and running quickly. At least for us it's always been in multiplayer, so you can have people come in, evaluate it, and then you build based on user feedback. The natural evolution for us from that was something we call community first, which is we always develop the game with the community in mind.
And we've begun to do these closed tests where we play with not just tens or hundreds of players, but thousands of players, and we get their feedback. And we get to see how in line our thinking is with the people that we want to ultimately play our game.
We listen, we look at the data, and we get a very solid understanding so we can progress and make additional content, additional features.
You can wishlist Exoborne on Steam, join our Discord, or go to the website and sign up for the playtest.